Hey everyone, I'm Adrienne, and I appreciate you joining me for the Reiki Healing and many other cool beings of light that are going to be joining us for our daily healing activity here. Would have been on at 12 today, but had a technical difficulty, so I'm on a little bit later today, but we'll get back on track tomorrow at noon. Okay, so let's just begin by centering ourselves. That's always a good thing to do. So let's just begin by following the natural rhythm of our breath, just breathing in and out and expanding into the wisdom of the conscious heart and the temple of the great central sun angels, opening up a quantum prayer field on our behalf, gathering this momentum of light within the quantum prayer field, calling forth to our higher selves and all the beings of light that are joining us, circling the planet right now. There's just, if you tune in on the inner levels, there's just layer upon layer upon layer of many different types of beings of light that are supporting us right now in this major transition that's going on. So welcoming them in to the quantum prayer field and opening up the living field of unconditional love between us as we're shifting frequencies from conditional love to unconditional love in our consciousness. Going forth the mighty Elohim, Seraphim, Cherubim, and guardian angels coming forth, sealing us in the triple-fold flame of the violet transmuting flame, ruby flame of divine peace, cosmic Christ flame, divine grace. Allowing this energy to clear our energy field, clear our physical space, and clearing the energy of the world. Coming into a one heart breath with our own inner presence. And I wonder a lot about some of the fear, interesting enough, as I've been doing sessions and kind of breathing through stuff myself, is that I'm wondering if some of our fear is maybe about just being quiet, not having anything to do, coming back to ourselves. It's something that I feel like is a good thing to do. It's something that we probably talk about doing or want to do, at least even in small doses as we meditate or do things throughout the day. But, the full-on way the world is shutting down, I have found to be a little unnerving. And the more I breathed into that feeling inside myself, I started to notice that, wow, it's that stillness of really being present with myself with no distractions. And now that I've kind of identified it, that some of what I was externally thinking I was afraid of, and I just started breathing down into my belly and down into that deep pelvic area and started breathing into the fear, I realized, wow, I feel super fortunate. I am grateful that I have a home. I'm grateful that I have, great people in my life. I'm grateful for the work I do, on the planet. There's just, I just feel really abundant and grateful. And so I'm like, so what in the world am I so afraid of? And, the loneliness, that was a whole factor of, living alone and how that would be. And then again, I started breathing beneath that too. And then I realized, it's interesting for the ego itself and that part of us not to have maybe that good of a reference point for what it's like to go inward at this level, and for not only us to be choosing it or feeling forced into it, whichever way you want to look at it, but for others to have to go inward too. And it's really, I'd imagine, one of the best things we could do for our life and for the planet and for this heightened, maybe new 5D Lemuria or Golden Age or Shambhala or Renaissance, whatever you want to focus your attention on in terms of what we're moving towards, could be a very good thing. But, there's that fear of the unknown. That's a big one for us. But once you get connected to yourself, you'll find that a lot of the other external fears that we have actually kind of go away and they just dissolve. And then when things do come up that we have to deal with, we're able to be more compassionate, more present. Just really more present is probably the best thing to say about it, right? Just more present. And wouldn't we all want to live that way? You know what I mean? Like we, aspire to that. So that's just something, let's just breathe into for a moment. And the way I want to go about doing that is doing this one heart breath with our own higher presence. So just breathing in and dropping down into your belly and noticing any anxieties, any fears, any nervousness that you might have of just connecting inward, of just connecting to yourself, what you're going to find there. I think sometimes we just have a lot of judgments, a lot of projections, a lot of junk kind of in the way. And when we really start moving beyond that, just to give ourselves a chance to show up and be connected, we might really like ourselves. We might really like who we are. And so this one is actually such a big one. Let's go ahead and bring in some of the tapping, because the tapping is an EFT, an emotional freedom technique, I think could be really helpful. And so you can just start kind of rubbing, it's like a sore spot, like sometimes right here on the chest. Just rub it and just kind of start opening up as we drop in for a moment to, I'm just breathing into connecting to myself. Just dropping in and noticing if there's any emotions, any fears, any anxieties, sometimes we have an ego that will blow us out of proportion, like, oh, I'm great, everything's awesome. And then sometimes we have low self-esteem. We'd be like, I really don't want to go there. But no matter which side of the spectrum you're on, a lot of times, when you come back into center, there's just like this really middle path, this really nice place of just saying, well, I actually do love and like myself. I'm okay. And it's not inflated and it's not underinflated. It's just like this happy, nice middle place. So where you get to see the truth about yourself. Just the essence of who you are. So just breathing in. So again, just keeping up with the tapping for a moment, and we're just going to tap the side of the wrist right here on that little bone. Breathing in and breathing out. I like myself just the way I am. And just noticing any resistance to that. If there's any place, you can tap the top of your head. If there's any place where you feel any self-loathing, self-hatred, low self-esteem, negative self-talk, fear that you're going to be left alone with yourself. Oh my God, what would that be like? And now, we just don't have near as many distractions. So just keep following where I'm tapping. Just breathing into noticing any feelings you have about your inner self, any resistance to it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's real. It just means that we're acknowledging it, that all parts of you have a right to be heard. And we're just going to tap right through it. It'll help us to kind of release it from the nervous system. And you might notice some emotion. Your physical body might burp or laugh or cry. Your heat might rise in your body. Just in the collarbone. Again, just knowing any resistance that we might have to connecting to ourselves and seeing the truth about who we really are. Usually I think there's more fears about that than not, right? And then we're just going here on the side of the thumb. Sometimes this can also bring up some inner child stuff, some family lineage patterns. And again, since we're resetting on the planet, and this might be an issue for a lot of the collective, why not just take our time to tap right through it, be present to it, since it's more than likely a bit of an issue right now for some people. And we're just going to the second. Now we're going to this thumbnail. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice if there's any unresolved sorrow there. For some people, they might, when you think about your situation, I've heard some people be really angry that we're in this situation, mad at society, mad at governments, mad at politics. Underneath that, you might find there's a lot of fear, a lot of survival. And maybe even deeper than that, even deeper than the fear, might be a sorrow. Maybe there's a sorrow about where we have felt like maybe our love wasn't being heard or seen, and that there just wasn't any place for us. And if we ever really brought that forth, we might be something very different than what we've shown people and what we felt like people wanted us to be. So now dropping here. And so just breathing in. Then you're going to do the rib cage. So it's like right about here on the front of the rib cage. And then right here on the sides of the rib cage. Just tapping all the way through. And it's just kind of a relief to maybe just acknowledge it and let it go. And we're calling in to the angels of healing, Mother Mary and the Sacred Heart angels. Calling forth to these beloved angels, just helping us to rebalance this. So again, notice whatever level of emotions you might have about this whole situation externally. And just notice as we're sitting in this quantum prayer field and calling into the energy of Reiki, calling into the energy of Karuna, Usui Reiki, calling into the energies of the sacred fire flame of the archangels, the ascended masters, the spiritual hierarchy, all the different star and planetary tribes of light, galactic councils, cosmic avatars, nature kingdom, angelic realms, placing us into a map coning with the nature kingdom, the overlighting elemental and deva of healing, the energies of Pan, the avatar synthesis, the ascended masters, the Mahakohan, great divine director, and our own higher self, placing us in a map coning, calling forth an angel healing, asking the emissaries of light to place us in a sacred healing chamber, calling forth the spirit doctors, calling forth these ancient Reiki masters, and just feeling all these energies just rushing in, supporting us as we go back now to the one heart breath of just connecting. And as you lean in, calling forth your divine presence to come down before you and leaning in to a tender embrace, just being held by your own cosmic Christ presence, just being held by your own cosmic Christ presence, your own I am presence, God presence, divine presence, whatever word you find fits best. And as you're being held in this tender embrace, just breathe. Let your heartbeat and the heartbeat of your divine presence become one. It usually takes 3 to 10 breaths. And so I'm just breathing in and I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out, feeling more and more relaxed, letting the cares and concerns of the world fall away. I'm breathing in. And I'm breathing out and just feeling this infinity symbol between your heart and the heart of your own higher presence becoming one. Breathing in and I'm breathing out. And all of a sudden you might just take a deep breath, or you might feel more at peace or more a state of loving grace. And just notice how you feel, like if there's any that sense of feeling safe and protected in this loving embrace. This higher presence is taking care of us. Dropping in to the energy field, some elevated emotions of bliss and joy and happiness and gratitude and peace. Knowing that you are deeply, divinely, unconditionally loved beyond measure. Just saying to yourself, I know I deserve more and more unconditional love at all times, not less. And all of life deserves more and more unconditional love at all times, not less. Just a universal true statement. Feeling this unconditional love and acceptance and feeling valued by the universe, by humankind, by all the beings of light, by your own presence, feeling that deep sense of feeling value. Unconditional love and acceptance. And notice how we're breathing into that it begins to bring forth a resource and a healing energy, a healing foundation to this part of us that may not know exactly what to do if we're just not doing anything. Our culture is so used to doing something. And the whole world is slowing down. And that can be a little unnerving. It's a healthy thing, it's a good thing, but it can feel a little unnerving to, like I said, the ego or the parts of us that just aren't sure maybe how to do that yet. And so this is today, we're just allowing ourselves to maybe learn something new. We're learning how to slow down, how to come into the present moment. The best thing I can tell you is just do that one heart breath. Just imagining it 3 and 4 or 5, 10 times a day where you're just leaning in, your divine presence, you're being held, and just let yourself be held. It may be nothing more than that, and just breathe. And that will give your mind, that will give your emotions, that'll give you something to do to practice going into an interconnection. And the coolest thing about doing this interconnection is that your higher presence already knows your perfect life. It already knows what's in your highest good, highest alignment, highest life path, highest happiness, grace, healing, everything. And the more you align to this highly calibrated part of your own divine perfection, it literally starts aligning your immune system, your heart system. It starts guiding you towards the right people, the right situation. And it streamlines everything, and this too will pass. And when it does, if we've taken this time really just to go inward and to be present, we're going to be in such a better place on the other side of this by just willingly choosing to surrender into ourselves, coming into the self-quarantine, and just being responsible for that. The sooner we all sort of come into alignment with that, the sooner this virus is going to pass, and just not resist it. Just surrender into it. And there's nothing that bad going on. There's nothing that horrible. Just try to find that place of peace inside of you. And even if things are really bad, you want to do this one heart breath, because this one heart breath has a vibrational resonance to it that's going to start realigning everything in your life to that higher vibrational resonance. And so even in the moment, it will start shifting things more in alignment, more to your favor. And then as we keep building this momentum, it's like building a muscle because we're not used to it yet. You keep doing it 3, 4, 5 times a day, every hour on the hour, however you choose to do it. You're going to build this muscle. You're going to retrain your energy field from being conditional love into unconditional love. And as we come out of all this together, we're just going to be in a really great place to reconnect. And we are literally rebuilding the light in the world right now. So going inward, think of it like a plateau, a foundation, where the more of us come into this alignment of just our inner awakening, then what happens is that we're moving out of the shadow element that has been on the planet for just so long, right? And we're resetting it, like you and me, these points of light, creating an acupuncture point on the planet. You and me and whoever else, we're the ones resetting the new world energy. It's not necessarily the governments or the religions or the spiritual factions or the media factions. It's us, right? And so when you imagine this light around the planet just expanding and growing, our voice, our light, our consciousness is becoming the more empowered energy on the planet, and it cannot help but to cause the planet to evolve and move into its next elevation, its next evolutionary path. And so even though it may feel like kind of maybe a hopeless or powerless, out of control situation right now, it's actually just the opposite, because the most important and powerful thing you could ever do is make this connection inward. And in doing that, you are changing the world. So by sitting inside your house and just making this connection, going for walks, being in the sun, I can't say enough good things about sitting in the sunlight. Even if it's just in the window of your house or on a deck or outside, and ground your energy, that frequency of light is also helping you, as is the work that we're doing when we meet a little bit every day, or maybe some other social groups that you're getting into. I'll put a link in for the world tapping one that I'm a part of, and there's some other really fabulous groups that you might see out there, and join them online. There's online yoga right now, there's online meditations, there's so many cool things that you can do to participate, to not feel so alone, but to also begin raising your vibration and joining with other like-minded people. So breathing in now as we start grounding our energy from our hips down, the entire breath of your hips going all the way down into the earth. You might notice roots of a tree, waterfall, ray of light, whatever feels most comfortable, going down into the heart of the earth and just sitting in the quietude of the earth. This illuminating cave of light at the very heart of the earth, and just feeling the heartbeat, how the earth loves us, has always sustained us, and will continue to do so. And just notice how much love you have for the earth, and just sending forth infinite love, adoration, and gratitude to the earth. That's all I find it ever really asks of us. And as you lay down for a moment in the heart of the earth, in this luminescent cave, finding a comfortable space, and just allowing everything in your body, any stresses, worries, fears, just being absorbed by the earth, just draining off into the earth. Any viruses, any bacterias, any emotions, thought forms that you're ready to release really aren't serving you. Just let it all drop. Falling into the earth, knowing that the earth knows how to, really expand this energy and to transmute it. And so allowing this energy to become so transmuted, and it's just draining off your body, that your body's just feeling lighter and lighter. You're feeling healthier, happier, more vibrant. Giving thanks to the earth for its service and what it's doing. Feeling how much happier the earth is that we've all slowed down. It's giving it a break. And now start rising up and just coming to a place at the center of your head, a room in the center of your head behind your eyes. And as your eyes are watching out, just watching thought forms and things that you might be aware of in news and other people and all that, just watching it float by. But inside this room, inside your head, it's quiet. And now we're going to call forth Mary Magdalene, sending a command to the collective consciousness, and a command even to your own unconscious thoughts and emotions. And it's peace. Be still. And just feeling that command of energy. Be still. Just feeling the whole collective listen to your voice and start to calm down. Mary Magdalene amplifying it. And then commanding to the collective, including yourself, choose love over fear. Sending that message out. Now, and just taking a deep breath, relaxing in. Now, as we begin to rise up, as we're calling down to the cosmic flames of energy, these cosmic rays coming all the way down our body, down our spine, to the bottoms of our feet, and to the sacred earth star 18 inches beneath our feet, all the way to the heart of the earth, like an infinity symbol, turning around and coming back up to the front of our body, and just overflowing like a rainbow of light, just noticing yourself in this cosmic orb of golden light, how safe and protected you feel, that it instantly is sealed in the triple-fold flame, the violet transmuting flame, ruby flame of divine peace, cosmic Christ flame of divine grace, and just things just bounce off of you. Anything that has negativity, fear, discord, human effluvia, just transmutes, bounces off, goes on its own evolutionary path, transmutes back to source. And you're held in this really awesome cosmic unit of light. And at the same time, not only are you in this really nice healing cosmic unit of light, but now we want to start to amplify the energy. I recently learned this technique from one of my energy teachers. And so turning up, amplifying this cosmic light, moving it from maybe 20%, turning it up, noticing what it feels like if it's rushing through your body at 50%, creating more and more cellular healing, making it impossible for viruses, bacteria, energies to even really stay, turning it all the way up to 100%, and feeling this radiant life force energy of cosmic energy rushing down you, grounded into the earth, coming back up, charging your energy field, making this orb of light around you stronger and stronger. Harmonizing that energy, giving thanks. Just feeling healthier, happier, more inspired, more elevated. It's a really good light, really good cosmic frequency. And now as a portal of light opens above our head, drawing us up into the temple of the great central sun, going up into the temple of the great central sun, inviting us in, great central sun angels, all the other beings of light who are doing service from here, cosmic and galactic councils, as we're invited into an amphitheater style room, finding a place to get comfortable, as today who's joining us is Kuthumi and Archangel Gabriel. And as Archangel Gabriel begins to qualify our inner vision, that instead of seeing from a lower vibratory rate, that we're actually seeing the highest truth at all times. What's in our highest best interest? What's in the highest best interest of the earth and those around you? What's the highest truth? And just seeing through the illusions, any fears, any shadow energy. And with Kuthumi, who was also in his physical incarnation, St. Francis of Assisi. So Kuthumi being the ascended master energy, radiating this warm, fluid, pulsing energy right into our heart center. Just feeling this blessing from Kuthumi. Opening our heart up to the resonance, the heartbeat of the earth, the nature kingdom. Feeling how grateful the nature kingdom is that we have slowed down, that we are requalifying the way we are going to be on the planet from this moment forward. That, there's a lot of things that can change and maybe it will be better for all of us, right? To have a more balanced life, to be more in that middle path. And so just connecting to this incredible depth of love streaming from Kuthumi, and now as we begin noticing a hologram of the earth in front of us, as we start calling into the Usui Reiki masters, the Karuna Reiki masters. The Karuna Reiki is a more fiery energy. It's based on compassionate action. It comes in more from the Ascended Master octave. The Usui Reiki, which is the one most people know, the traditional Reiki, is more of a green ray of light. It's more peaceful. It resonates more to the earth. And so they both have healing rays that are pretty cool. They just sort of come at it from different points of view, but they both create a lot of healing energy and higher consciousness. And so just noticing as we have the earth in front of us, you might want to hold your hands up. Imagine holding the earth. If there's any place on your body that you want to work on, calling this cosmic energy in, and it's 100% flowing, gathering into the palms of your hand, calling forth the energy of Reiki as a group healing for all of us joining in, whether you've been attuned or not, and just sending this Reiki as it passes through you into the planet, into the collective consciousness, onto the earth, feeling it moving through your body, healing, adjusting, balancing your chakras, clearing your spin inversions, being able to align your energy, calling into now the Arcturians and the Ashtar Command and the galactic councils and cosmic avatars and spiritual hierarchies. Calling forth the Bodhisattva of Kuan Yin, the Lords of Karma, helping to transmute any karma we have with the earth and with the planet as a humanity. And feeling how Kuthumi, Archangel Gabriel, is helping to clear Kuan Yin and the Lords of Karma, helping us to clear any karma we have to the earth itself as a humanity, and just feeling that being transmuted and released, coming back to a state of grace, calling forth the Ho'oponopono prayer between us and the earth. I love you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. I love you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. I love you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. Between your higher self and the earth, just allowing that frequency to shift and clear and align. Knowing that all is forgiven, all is at peace. That we are at a point within our own interconnection to be really loving stewards within our own life, with those in our life and with the earth. Coming into the present moment, just sort of feeling this energy gathering, whatever tribes of light that work through you, whatever past lives maybe you have as a healer or dimensional frequencies that you bring in. And now we're just calling into a download for the planet and the collective, a download of this new world energy. Because one of the things I think that's probably scaring us is that we are afraid of the unknown. We just don't know what's happening. We don't really know what's going to happen and how we're going to get through this, you know? And so as we call forth to this energy, blessing us and coming back into that one heart breath with our own divine presence, knowing that all is well. Everything's going to be okay. It's going to be better than okay. And start imagining going inside yourself, noticing, I wonder, because that accesses our unconscious, I wonder how my own divine presence, how source energy, how the earth is opening my life path up before me to be even better than I could have imagined possible. And just breathe into that for a moment. I wonder how all of life and my own higher presence is opening up doorways of opportunity and a golden path for my life to be even better than I could have imagined possible. We don't have to know the answer. We just have to be open to it being brought to us. And that just feels good. It gives us kind of a place to go in the energy, to sit, to receive, and allow. And so now as we ask this energy to be sealed in this quantum prayer field, all the energy, all the healing energy we're bringing into the planet, sending forth that infinite love, adoration, and gratitude to the heart of the earth, to the family of humanity, to collective conscious, to all sentient beings, to all viruses, all bacterias, all energies, all positive and negative energies, to be enfolded in the energy of pure love. And so calling now, sealing this energy directly from source energy, that we can just tap into source at any particular time. And now we're just bringing in pure love energy, radiating through your body, feeling how balanced you might feel. Radiating pure love energy to all life on the planet, from microcosms to macrocosms. This feels excellent. Okay, so let's just keep this up. We'll keep meeting every day and gathering this healing potential. As more join in, please share the link. And, the more that we kind of come together on this, I think the stronger it's going to be. And I'm looking forward to seeing what is on the other side of all this. Okay, have a good day and I'll see you tomorrow.